Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be it right there. So.
Testing, 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 testing.
Yeah.
And we are good, back to go. We do apologize for the lack of audio commentary there for the first. Looks like
the first couple of laughs, just sights and sounds, completely unexpected. But of course, we do have our regularly scheduled broadcasting. Of course, let's go back to the news again. I am co-host Trevor Holden of this commentary, and of course joined by the main host CJ Holden alongside me as well.
Absolutely, indeed. We do apologize once again for that unabruptive, no audio communication whatsoever. We will be fixing that for future broadcasts and streams. I would like to thank all of our car sponsors and who have made this event and others coming possible as we look to go back to green flag racing here. Stathis Kokorogiannis, the man up front who will be calling this green flag back to racing here. And looks like we're going to see a lot of tension here being played here for the start of this race here. Let's go on board from the rear bumper cam here of the 74. When will he go? He's in the restart zone, making the move.
Yeah, he's warming up his tires as much as he can before the green flag is called. When does he fly down the green flag? And he goes for it now. That Ford V8 in the back of the Citroen. Yeah, I know it's a weird power plant to utilize, but of course, the cars are powered by a Ford V8 in the, I think it's the front of the vehicle, I'm pretty sure. Someone will have to correct me on that, obviously. I always think those cars are...
Oh, Alexander Earhart's going a little bit sideways. Oh, looks like everyone just skates on by just fine there for this restart of this race here. We're going to go back up towards the front of the field here right now.
Brenda Filer's already on the back of that new race club. Ashley Martin and Richie Massey here. Very hard to race in for the second chicane here. All of the Look at CJ Holden right up in the 5th place. Ethan Dr. Bosch also in the 7 as well. So looks like 2 of the 3 Spectre Racing Aston Martin had a pretty good restart on this lap.
Yeah, absolutely. Big stack ups behind. Oh, a little bit sideways there from the Ferrari of Dimitri Palacios. Right there. Everyone's still going straight. No one just yet, I guess. But looks like Ethan van der Bosch coming to the inside of Ascari. Gets through no problem there. Now he's going to have to wait for his teammate Eli Donaldson to make a move now for 7th place there in the number 22 Aston Martin. Eric Smith following, watching back from behind in case anything goes on here. In the 888 Jaguar type, he's looking to the inside there of Parabolica on the number 48, and he just skates on by no problem as well. So it looks like Emmanuel Cardinale is going to have to possibly think of something here to get back up this grid, and he's going to try and slipstream his way around. No,
he's doing the pits, the damage.
Oh, there was contact there between him and possibly, oh, looked like the 22 of Eli Donaldson also has damage to the 22 Spectre Racing Aston Martin there. So somewhere he's collected damage as well. So now we're going back to the front of the field. CJ Holden all over the back bumper. He's gaining on Frederick Bailu's the 4th place Citroen, the number 11 there. And
did he get the last time by? I think he did. I think he still has to make that required pit stop early on going into the race. Almost something once, so he's really been on it here for this race. And of course, this vehicle was operated at a 4 Jaguar F-Type. And also, folks, to look at the retrospect, we had a total of 27 or 29 cars that took part in this QKO to hopefully make it into the field of 16 equivalents.
Yeah, absolutely. About
Trevor Holden was, of course, I think one of the top 16 guys. I think it was Nicholas Carl. He raced the QKO. He did not race here, so I think Ethan van der Bosch was the lucky dog in the P17 to make it out. Trevor Holden just missing out on his first time running in the GGT4C.
Going back up from the field, Southeast Kokoro Giannis still leading this race here with the defending two-time champion Alexander Earhart all over the back bumper there. He's gaining a draft here, going towards Parabolic corner right here. He looks to the outside now, getting that slipstream going, side by side, going in the final corner here. Who's going to make the late break? Southeast. Oh, look up. A little bit of lockup. Richie Massey sideways in the final corner there, the 44.
Oh, they're going on the green patch, which is something you definitely don't want to put all of your wheels on. It makes the car very, very unstable. But of course, they somehow, Statis Kokoro-Giannis and Alexander Earhart, just they both held their ground and kept their wheel
on the back bumper of Patrick Pilots here for turn one. They're beating and banging up in the front of the field here. Will Alexander Earhart have the lucky edge here? Going into turn one here. They're still side by side going through turn one right here. And it looks like Alexander Earhart. He just left by. But CJ Holm there, he's just made up fourth place there from Patrick Pilots. What a move there by that young American driver.
Yeah, CJ Holmes really come into life here for this 2026 season. One of the really right there. There is Demetrius Blachos. There's, like I said, Kyle Peckham in the pit. Looks like he's got a bit of damage on that car.
It's back out and running.
So Richie Massey, the former speed teammate to the race operation that pretty much if there's a team that pretty much made the term multi-car effort relevant, it had to be the speed initiative operation. We pretty much had the first multi-car effort basically out of anybody in 2016 when Trevor Holden signed Richie Massey for the World Race Organization race at Apricot Hill Raceway, I'm pretty sure. And I think that was the race where they pretty much they were pretty much just cruised on, and it made the racing just absolutely close, and it was just you cannot describe how close that race was because of the fact that the race was on. I remember that race very well. I participated in that race.
Yeah, obviously Richie Massey grabbing the team's first ever win just a round later at G4C Raceway, then going on with Trevor Holden to gain his first ever win within the series with round 11 at Litchfield Raceway, going in a fantastic 1-2 finish at that racetrack. Hopefully we get to race there again here. Alexander Earhart going to look to the inside here.
You aren't done just yet.
Look like Statis Kokoro Giannis.
Oh, they're literally bumped door to door, and I think there's some contact here and there. So these guys really going at it. The side drafting, I think, going to be playing a crucial mode here.
Looks like he's not.
Alexander Earhart's going to hold on to the inside.
Oh no, Statis is still there.
Outside. Oh, he's going to force it, but just how did they? And they're still side by side.
That's going to open the door for Richie Massey and possibly CJ Holm to take a look at the lead here of this race here, because these two are still side by side going to turn 3.
Yeah, I think Alexander Earhart's going to force it, and I think it's going to be side by side with Richie Massey and Statis Kokoro-Giannis.
Statis having a look at it.
Oh, and I think Statis is going to try to look at the inside, but nothing doing there. Well held by Statis in that 74. Oh no, there's a worse start for Alexander Earhart, and Statis Kokoro-Giannis is going to get the inside move from first Parabolica.
You mean Desmo 1?
Oh, Lesmo 1, I'm sorry.
Desmo.
I'm sorry.
Desmo. Desmo 1, now we're in Desmo 2. Alexander Earhart is taking back the lead of this race.
Press F to pay respect for my commentary, obviously.
F. I'm spamming F from the keyboard right now. No, just kidding, we don't have keyboards here necessary. We don't need that. But now it looks like CJ Holm is now on the defense for 4th place behind Trevor Pilots, who is currently sitting 5th place here at the moment. And as of right now,
well held by the German, the two-time and defending champion on Starship Enterprises. And I think since the fact that Alexander Earhart was signed as a full-time SEC driver, it's been just a success for this British operation, and he will not look back anywhere else for Alexander Earhart in this championship.
Obviously, the team to beat within the GORO standards book, SSE have just made just a tremendous success and name for themselves here, winning the last 4 championships.
Yeah, 4 or 5 championships. I think they're going to make it 5 or 6 this year.
Southeast having a look to the outside now, on the defense with Alexander Earhart.
Lock up from the 74.
Too wide again to the chicane.
Oh, and they're going to do it again here, side by side, out of the first chicane.
This is incredible racing.
Yeah, Alexander Earhart got a better exit, going to follow right behind. the number 1 and in front of the 44 of Richie Massey. On board now with the Aston Martin here. So close racing here. This is what you pretty much get in the Global Hours.
Oh, he had to let off just a little bit right there.
Oh, Santis, what a move into the second chicane. What a move for the 74.
Yeah, a little late decision there to the inside. Now Richie Massey having a look to the outside for second place, side by side going into Desmo 1 right there. Has to let off, give out Ginnerhart the position back, but now he's going to get that momentum run.
The number 44, is he going to think about it? Oh, no.
Oh, he needs to let off right there.
Right behind.
He's kind of opened that gap.
Oh, he's held up the 4th and 5th place cars of Emmanuel Carzile and Super Loaded.
You mean Frederick Byler's and Super Loaded?
Oh, is it Frederick? Oh, like I said, press F to pay respect.
So now, CJ Holden having a look to, may have gone a little bit too much on the curve there on entry into the Scari. Coming out of the Scari now, 3-car battle for 3rd place here. These guys are not giving an inch whatsoever. CJ Holden now trying to get into the draft at the 44 with Frederick Byler's trying to get the draft at the 999 there. And going into the final corner of the Parabolica. These guys are just giving it everything they have.
Yeah, they're really giving everything that they've got under that Aston Martin, that V8 power plant, as well as that Jaguar F-Type, a supercharged V8 under the hood of that machine right there. But right now, it is still 3 cylinders in the top 5 of the split. So a little bit of a British challenge for Aston Martin and Jaguar. See how well this race is going to hold out.
Looks like Alexander Harhart just got a little bit too early on the brakes right there.
It looks like CJ Holden and CJ Holden go a bit wide in the gravel traffic zone for the 5th place.
Yeah, that was not the way CJ Holden wanted to lose a position right there. It looked like that
there's a bit of damage on the front end of that Jaguar F-Type. We're seeing a red indicator on that front.
Also damage to the rear end of the 44 right there from.
Was there a bit of contact?
So it looked like the 39 may have braked just a hair early, which caused kind of a stack of effect with the 44 and the 999 there of CJ Holden right there. Now, with that being said, let's go back to the mid-pack of the field. We're going to go back to 7th place here with Eli Donaldson and Eric Smith currently battling for that position right there. Of course, Eli Donaldson, one of the newer drivers here in the 2020 season, driving the number 22 Aston Martin for respective racing team. And he's quite made the impression here early on in this series, becoming possibly an early title contender, but we'll have to wait and see later on in the later stage of the season here.
Yeah.
Somewhere he's watching this race right now from the pit lane, obviously, because obviously he did not qualify into this race here. Watching his 3 other drivers here, Nicholas Cook, Frederick Byler's, and Alexander Hart, really tear up the grid. I think he's happy right now with the number 1 and then 11 currently sitting second and 3rd place right there. But we're going to keep an eye on this bout for the time being with and Eric Smith here.
Back to 9th place with Nicholas Cook. Early on in this running, he was only down in 16th place. He's got that car back up. Number 06 running up into Paris Siabakis in the 1-1 Aston Martin in his place.
He's got damage from somewhere as well.
Yeah, so it looked like a bit of contact somewhere at some point. We're not 100% sure. 21.
So Emmanuel Cardinale still sitting in 13th, so he's kind of lost a little bit of traction here into this race here today. Going back up into for P9, Nicholas Cook, Mendogas Martinez. Going out, Mendogas having a look to the inside. Will he get that position? Will he get that position back? No, he will not. Oh, looks like Eli Donaldson has had an incident somewhere. So he's fallen back to 10th place there. So somewhere he's had a little bit of an issue there. Don't know where. But now it looks like Eric Smith is happily trotting on for 7th place at the moment, as he will try to make his way up into P6 with Ethan Bosch in the number 5 Aston Martin there. Let's go back up to the front of the field here as these two cats still battle out for the lead, the 74 and the 1. They have not lost sight of each other through this whole race, and they've just been...
They built a gap off from the rest of the field. I think Stocky is one of the quicker drivers that doesn't get a lot of attention in this race, but I think if he can put the championship charge on, he could be a prime contender for the championship.
No doubt about it. The Greek driver who's been part-time efforting this series since 2016, so a long-time veteran of the series, but Ivan Hart coming on just a little bit later on, or no, been with the series just a hair before that. Made his debut. Both these drivers made their debut in 2016.
There's a certain class of drivers that we like to call these drivers, and they are called the GORO OGs, of course. So any driver that's 2016 or older, of course, will be, of course, known as this class of drivers, including Rich Barricard, Ivan Heinen, Richie Massey, Trevor Holden as well, myself included. And CJ Jones dropped all the way back to 11. 41 seconds off his first lap. So I think he had an abysmal concussion. I just had an incident somewhere going into the first.
Possibly indeed right here. Looked like a little bit of contact there between the two racing. Aston Martin, Eli Donaldson and Pedro Harris right there. We're going to go back into the front of this field now where looks like Richie Massey's had an incident somewhere too, because he's dropped down to 5th place with Ethan Bosch now taking 4th place.
Something's happened kind of at the top of the field, not first, second top, but it's allowed the drivers to skip back up in the 3rd. And all of a sudden, we see one of the new spec race team Aston Martin's on the P4, which is something I didn't think Ethan Van den Bosch was kind of expected in this win.
Not at all, but he's been really driving that car really consistently. Kind of been sneaking his way up there, but we'll have to keep an closer eye on that behind the number 5 Aston Martin. Now Eric's going to kind of look to the inside for 5th place, and he takes that position.
What a move by the Triple Eight of Eric.
So now Richie Massey now going to have to try to do the
switchback. Common move for a Monza at that stage.
Oh, just so tight, just barely edges.
Oh, there's been a contact. I can tell right there.
Oh, that was definitely contact.
Oh, Richie Massey with the straight line speed.
Oh, he just gets that position back in through straight line speed. What a move there by that driver.
Eric's not going to back out without a fight. He did say early on in the preseason testing that he wants to be one of the front runners in the global automotive organization. He has the pace, he has the speed to do it, and now with the top tier on his back, he's going to be well up and more motivated than ever to try and give himself some race wins this season.
Yeah, obviously making his official debut last year in the 2019 season with DP Racing. Now kind of run his off team on brand midway through the 2019 season, but now later in the season was picked up by team owner Trevor Holden in the formerly known as DSRT Dirt Star Racing team, now back to GGT4C Motorsports. Since now he's picked up a full-time ride, he's looking to be a full-time competitor for both series.
And it's gone out as far as changing his name tag to STM time attack as well. So a full-time driver status for this Aussie, and he's really motivated more than ever to, like I said, get some race wins under his belt.
Let's go back to this battle here.
Oh, there's CJ holding off in the gravel trap as well after first and second. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, looks like the number 4. Dimitri Palacios and Emmanuel Cardinale, they had a little bit of an offer as well, but we're going back up to this fight for possibly 8th, maybe 7th place if Nicholas Kirby makes a slight error in drive there. But what he's doing now is, besides the front two leaders, and this battle for 9th place with Pedro Harris and Gonzalez.
Yeah, of course, the dog is continuing making his first official start in the Global Automotive GGT4C Championship all the way back in 2019 as well. Of course, he's brought on, he's become also a full-time driver for the Falcon Motorsports team camp to the Speed Motorsports team for that those liveries.
Absolutely. A lot of hard effort, design, team effort going in there. We'll go back up to the top 2 at this moment, and they are still going after it. with Stathis Giannis still leading this race with Alexander Earhart still on the hard charge to try to get around this Citroen.
And even halfway into this race, they are still purple sectoring 1, which is quite an achievement right there. So these guys really on the qualifying 120% pace right about now.
Absolutely here. Oh, there looked like there was a little bit of contact there. It looks like Ethan van der Bosch there had an off somewhere in the second chicane right there. So he's dropped down to 7th place there after winning 4th place for a couple of laps here. I don't know exactly what happened right there, but it looks like possibly late break decision or Mindaugas Katinas having a little bit of a sideways moment there. And he saves that car back down to the 10th place here at the moment. So Johan now back on the gravel track again, trying to figure out his car at the moment. So now, not necessarily what is going to take place. Smith now going a tad wide there through the chicane. Oh, Nicholas Cook in the background.
Oh yeah, he's gone wide.
So that's going to open the gap for the 2 Spectre Racing Team Aston Martins to
that 3 actually, because I think Pedro Hars was at the trail end of that Spectre Racing Team train right there.
Absolutely, indeed. Earhart.
If you think about it, it's been a rise of the Australian and the New Zealand camp as well. I think pretty much I think we had our first taste at pretty much New Zealand and Australia territory in 2018 as well with Nicholas Cook, and that Cook virtual racing team BMW M4 entry is one I think since then it's become a staple of the series. And it's pretty much just allowed a lot of Australian and New Zealand talent to come up and race, even though that they're racing at like, what, 6, 7, or 8 a.m. in the morning pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to give a lot of respect to the New Zealanders and Australians making the early rise of their days, make the efforts to race this series, so we heavily applaud those in that region.
If you think about it, it's like, you know what, like, say like 10, 11, or midnight for like the guys in Europe on occasion, and then it's like, you know, midday afternoon, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon for the guys in the United States as well, pretty much.
Possibly, indeed, and even some of the drivers like the Philippines and Malaysian drivers.
Yeah, I was going to say, they
those drivers.
They wake up at like 3 a.m. or something
they're
like that
racing,
just to compete.
They're racing overnight.
So massive respect to those guys for being able to show us the OECX prestigious entry as well. Fortune and entries as well, still continuing that, but of course they were a part of the UKO Cup and did not make the race as well, but they will be back here for later in this race.
Yeah, Thomas Rosales, Mark Ellerman right there, joining late, halfway through the season, made their debut at the 2019 Suzuka 59 Lap Endurance Cup, a Crown Jewel event, which
if you think about it, that race isn't going to be on the calendar for next race as well, because there was a committee voted. And it looks like
that's Nicholas Cook.
That's Nicholas Cook. And I think that's good. Yeah,
and he's had a spin.
FCY call right there as well. Was there any contact involved? And their pits. Look at the pits. And I think they just immediately got it on in.
So the top 2 making a desperate move to pit lane. Saw what was going to happen right there.
Look at this now. I don't think the FCY was called out. I don't think it was called out. So if it was, look at this right now. I think
there's probably going to be penalties right there because caution, I think, was definitely out right there.
Yeah, it looks like it because I think it either might have been well timed or it might have been a penalty coming in. I think Eric Smith involved in that one as well. Stathis Giannis and Alexander Earhart
were definitely in. They were definitely
just got it in, got out of the pit before the FCY call. And I think that was a brilliant call right there to come in for the pits for a lot of time.
Absolutely.
And if you think about it as well, I think if you're one of the guys that are behind this front-running pack, it's no question to pit. I think it's no question.
Absolutely. With all those guys pitting, yeah, you'd be.
Oh, Richie Massey's actually allowing this pack to go to the back of the grid. I think it's causing a massive holdup.
Stewart are looking at the position right now as before the caution came out, so we're going to get those sorted out before the caution did come out. But as of right now, looks like at our top positions here at the moment, Stathis Giannis still leading this race here after a desperate pit move. Also with Alexander Earhart still in 2nd place after a desperate pit maneuver as well. Eric Smith up in the P3 after that.
I think he's one of those few cars that were able to actually come into pits, because I think you see a car all around the track that's sideways, and it's going to be, you know, there's next rock coming out, and you do have that chance to pit. And a lot of those front guys took that chance to pit. But there's also the other part where, too, I think pit road from the lower half of the grid is going to get very, very busy indeed. I think, like I said, it's no pressure.
The dog is Tinas in 5th place in the 777 F-Type, with Pedro Harsk running 6th place at the moment. TJ Holm in 7th place, still running with front end damage here on that 999 F-Type.
I think he's going to be one of those as well, as long as all the guys behind him.
A lot of these guys have been really kind of saving the pit cycles for this moment right here. This would be around the time where people would actually make their pit stops. As Dimitri Kalachev, number 4, his pit stop. Parasiafakis, 21 in 9th. Eli Donaldson, 10th. Emmanuel Cardinale in 11th. Ethan van der Bosch in 12th. Richie Massey in 13th after getting all those positions back and pitting. Rob Scheller currently 14th. Nicholas Cook 15th after having an off incident, and Kyle Peckham running 17th. So for right now, we are going to look at pit cycles and see who makes the pit stop. So now we're going to be on board with 777 of Mindaugas Katinas, riding on board the roof cam here at the moment, and we're going to see here who comes in and who stays out.
Yeah, I think Mindaugas. Yeah, look at a lot of those drivers hugging the right side of the pit lane. Yep, pit lane is going to get extremely busy here today.
So we got 4, 5, maybe 6 cars in the pit lane. And we all know that this is going to be a game changer here in terms of strategy for a lot of these drivers.
Now, of course, you will have to wait for the field to wave on by if you are amongst the pack that is moving through the wide stages of the race. But you will have probably fresher rubber than the guys up front, even if it is a 1 lap difference. Of course, that 1 lap difference, it doesn't sound like a lot. It could, or it might not, or it might just make the difference for race strategy here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see a lot of game-changing strategies here for this final, looks like 11 laps of this race by the time we go back to green flag racing here today. And for right now, we're just seeing how some of these drivers can make the strategy work. The second caution plate. So now we're going to see how some of these drivers play it out here.
Yeah, I think from here on out, I think the pit cycles are done, so I think it's going to be just going to the end of the race. And you can see Parasiafakis, I think he's going to sacrifice the pit cycle strategy for position, and I think that will work a bit more to the rubber than the majority of the field. But pull out for as long as he can on the very set of his tires, he can really see himself up and the front end of the field. Like I said, this is all part of our strategy. It's very, very interesting to see how each of these drivers goes about on strategy. So I think Parasiafakis is electing to stay out after a lot of these guys around him are just coming to the pit. So like I said, I think it's going to be interesting to see how the 21 race strategy is going to play out.
Manuel Cardinale electing to start back into P6. Before we made the pit cycle, pit cut after the FY was played out. So we're going to go see after the post-race penalties to see what that will do. Ethan van der Bosch being one of those that elected to pit as well during the pit cycle. And Massey elected to pit before the pit cycle, so he's dropped.
Yeah, he's let those guys on by, so I don't think he's willing to risk any penalty in terms of trying to hit anything earlier. So I think he's just trying to let those guys. I think he needs I think he was just trying to not risk any penalty. I think he knew he wasn't going to lose that much time, obviously.
Obviously, the dog is being the first car to lead that train down towards the pit lane, as Eli Donaldson being one of those to follow. TJ Holm being another one of those to come in as well. Rob Scheller, of course, needing that pit stop as well. Pedro Harsk coming in for the pits. Kyle Peckham coming in, and Nicholas Cook absolutely needing that after a horrendous accident in the Ascari corner right. Back towards the front of the field, Southeast Kokoro Giannis. Gonna give the green flag command here towards the start of this race here. When will he go on board with the roof cam of the 74 now? So it'll be a matter of when he will make his decision on whether to hit the gas or not.
Not worrying about the tires as much because he knows he doesn't have to sacrifice any of the grip. But moving forward, and now we'll floor it right at the line actually. So trying to reduce the amount of time onto the throttle. Someone's got a big start up into third place. I think it was Frederick Violence who was trying to get the restart on Eric Smith. I don't think that was going to work out for him, but Eric Smith, like I said, holding off the division round. Oh, Eric Smith's gone wide.
Eric Smith's gone around.
Oh,
a couple of cars around. That's Mendogas Katina in the number 777 right there. Let's go back and look at it from his view cam. Looked like he got bumped off by someone on the outside of turn 2.
Oh, yeah, you can see how unstable that rear end was. I think it was a bit of the cool tires as well. That's just not how we wanted to end that match.
Possibly his day could be done here. Nicholas Cook now trying to send it into the second chicane here. Makes a position over Kyle Peckham there for 14th place there at the moment. Going back up towards the mid-pack of the field. See one there who's going to have to absolutely defend from these 3 vantages of Spectre Racing Team. And they've been just super fast and super consistent all day, with Eli Donaldson leading that train there of the Spectre Racing Team Aston Martin vantages.
Yeah, I think they lost a bit of position because of the fact that they had to hit under the FCY. Until some points when the FCY was just called out, like we talked about this time. There's a bit of position because of that, but they have the pace to be able to try and make up for it. I don't think I see them up
Richie Massey making a hard charge, already made up 2 positions from 8th. He's now up into 6th place, passing Dimitri Blashios and Emmanuel Cardinale there for those 2 spots there. And looked like a little bit of contact.
Yeah.
Looked like Emmanuel got into the rear of the 44 right there with no damage at all, but definitely a questionable contact right there. So we're going to forward that up probably with the system that they may deem that as a racing battle here for the lead, and these 2 drivers are still going at it despite the 2 cautions that we've had in this race here. And Alexander Herhar on the outside making it easy work right there with the number 1 reigning champion there, and he's currently now finally taking the lead. Let's see what the 74 here could do.
You can literally throw anything and everything at this thing and they will just not be separated. It's absolutely on here.
It looked like the Rob Schaller has gone around.
Oh, yeah. The suspension damage as well as the bodywork damage as well on that number 14, so he's not had a good day thus far.
No, not the day Rob Schaller wanted, the guy who was on the VRC. Oh, Eric Smith just sent it in the inside, taking back 3rd place there in the 888 right there. He's made up quite the ground. Now he's got the heavy defend from the GT3 champion Frederick Biles right there, as well as the 21 of Paris Siafakis there. Quite an underdog story right there.
Eric Smith now having from the number 11 of Frederick Biles. Oh, and I think that's one of the spectators got by the triple line of CJ Holden. That was going to be Eli Donaldson. I'm still trying to get this.
So now Ethan Vanderbosch there, looking back to see what he can do. And CJ Holden, he's just in a top spot right now. He's got
on the outside, but I don't think he's going to make anything work there. He's still trying to hold off as close as he can to 22.
He's on the back bumper now.
Oh, he's going to try actually on the
He tried it.
He tried it, and he got that good.
Switch back, stays on the bumper there up to 22 at the moment.
Oh, well, they dive onto the inside of the Parabolica, and he make it work. He's got the nose up the inside. He's got it up the inside. What a move by CJ Holden, of course.
Now that was a stellar move right there. So now looks like now he's going to defend going into turn 1 at the moment. Eli Donaldson now with the momentum right there, and he's going to go swing on by around the 999 of CJ Holden right there, side by side going into the first corner right here. And Ethan Vanderbosch getting the drop from his teammate Eli Donaldson, and CJ Holden takes that position back in the first corner there. Parabolica for the 999, of course, it has to be on the long straightaway leading up to
on the deadly chicane, as most managers like to call it, because of the amount of carnage and chaos that can ensue at any given moment in any given race. Of course, Eli Donaldson right back up on the left side.
Puts one on the inside.
Oh, what a move by Eli Donaldson right there.
Oh, a little sideways right there.
Of course, Eli Donaldson, one of the rookies here in this GORO eSports organization, but of course looking to make a name for himself amongst the top tier guys in this racing series here. I think this racing series going on strong since 2014, of course, and I think just really coming to life with the amount of
a little bit wide there from the 22 right there. That's going to allow CJ Holm to get on by right there. But Ethan Vanderbosch getting dropped in the teammate as well. Side by side going towards the Ascari corner, the famed Ascari corner of this circuit. Oh, a little bit of rubbing and racing right there going into the entry right there. These guys, they're not getting an inch whatsoever.
Yeah, as much as they fighting up front, this is still close as you can expect in the mid-pack of this race. The cars still running through the ring. For round one of the World Championship here live at Autodrome Nazionale Monza. And of course, like I said, elected to not pit during that last FCY. He's really making it pay off here. I'm still doing on that set of tires. Now, he's got his teammate up there. He's trying to let his teammate. Help his teammate as much as he can. He was a little locked up on the right front, as you saw on the telemetry right there. But Paris Stavakis on that strategy call to stay out of that supply is really helping to pay out here, of course.
No doubt about it. He's been just quite super strong here in this race, having a little bit of an incident during this first half of the race where he really made the climb back up towards the top 5 of this race here today. He's shown that he's not equipped by
really burst out onto the scene, and I think this was 2018. Yeah, I think it was 2018. I don't remember off the top of my head when he did find his way into the league. He's done a couple races here. He did get his first win in the global racing organization at Le Mans, but I think that was pretty much just a buffed out Aston Martin, but you cannot deny how much monumental electric cars grabbed his first win this year.
And now staying strong up in third place at the moment. Getting quite the sizable gap here between his nearest competitor, which is Gregor Byler's in 4th place back, so he's been quite super strong here in this race here today. So we're going to go back up to the front of the field here, where these two guys, they're still going at it. Holy cow. How's it Earhart taking control of this race here so far? A little lockup right there from the rear end of the 74. Stavis Giannis. Still fighting strong, but we're going to go ahead and keep monitoring this battle right here. Oh, a little wide.
Carlisle.
That's Perisbeck again. And CJ Holm has gone around the two Spectre Racing. Oh my goodness, Chris!
Wow, look at this. He actually hit him.
Oh, sent him a little wide there. Eli Donaldson trying to force one up the inside.
He's back down to that.
No, he just could not get there.
Oh, and I think there was a bit of contact on that front.
Oh, he's going to get the run out of the corner. This is incredible racing. He's just trying to fight off this whole team with the one car that he has. Eli Donaldson on the outside. His teammate is going to follow him. Now he's going to follow the 999 of CJ Holm right there. Eli Donaldson has a preferred line going to the next chicane right there. Eli Donaldson, he's going to make quick work of that.
He's still going to try and hold on. Eli somehow getting the pass. I think Ethan Vanderbosch is going to get the move done as well. As well as possibly Pedro Harst.
Oh, Ethan Bosch is...
Oh, and he's done so as well!
Oh, he's just been left out and behind right there. What a move by that team right there, just using the cars as their advantage right there. The number of cars for sure. And so now CJ Holm has found his way back into P11. With Pedro Harst and Nicholas Cook behind him at the moment. Now we're going to go look back more towards the front of the field. And Eric Smith is gone. Something has happened to him.
Oh, he's gone hit off as well. He's had a bit of damage. Oh no, he's been doing so well, and he's ended up in the wall.
Oh boy, that's not been well at all.
Oh, he's been hit from behind as well.
Oh boy. Oh, and there goes Pedro Horseman. There it is.
Oh my goodness gracious, what is happening to Pedro Horse?
He's collected Nicholas Cook. This has been a wrathful folding of events right here. Oh, that is
a big wreck right there as well.
Oh, Eric Smith has almost just rear-ended Nicholas Cook. Oh man, what a turn!
What in the world was that? And I think
Pedro Harska's damage right there. Caution has come out, of course. Eli Johnson and Ethan van der Bosch both had aero damage at the moment. So now caution is out at lap 23 of this race here, and that was just a hellacious amount of events right there. Oh, still around. I think that was just tire squealing or something like that. But that was just a hellacious impact, series of impacts.
For Eric Smith, who did so well in the early run of this race. I'm not sure what happened if he did get hit by some car. Check with Frederick Violence. Does he have a bit of damage on the car? No, he does not.
No, he does not.
Something did happen to Eric Smith in that race to get him damaged, I think. I don't know. It's difficult to tell.
It's rather remarkably interesting to see how this strategy really come to turn. This strategy is really taking a turn for the worst at the moment. We thought we were going to be green to the rest of the race until that series of events has unfolded, with Eric Smith obviously going around just upon the exit of the chicane. And it looks like somewhere Pedro Harska and Nicholas Cook got tangled up in their own incident. So we're going to see, of course, pits be open for this lap here on lap 23 going into 24. So right now, it's going to be rather quite interesting as we see comments coming up. So we're going to go take a minute to take a look at that right now. And Elliot Faggoter, of course, sharing his thoughts. Clean racing. What the city park picked up again. Oh boy, Elliot, you never change, do you? You never ever change. Right, back towards the race broadcast at the moment. So for right now, we're gonna a lot of cars weaving on the track, so we could see no pit takers, possibly pit takers for this. Possibly last hurrah of this race here as we're on the third caution of the day. If you're just joining us, folks, this is round one of the GORO eSports Global GT4 Championship at Monza. Kick off the GT4 season here. It's been quite an up and down scenario-filled event for this race here.
Yeah, it's been very, very interesting thus far. You can tell some of the guys aren't going to hit, of course. They're going to keep their prime position as well. Who will hit is the big question here going thus far. I can tell CG Holden in that Jaguar F-Type was one of his as well. Pedro Harska as well, no given as the first question as well. Adonis Mejia also going to hit. So 3 SPM Jaguar F-Types who did well early on for most of this race. All of a sudden, it just very much fell apart in this race.
Yeah, tough break for that team right there. Not the season that they wanted to start with. We've got a lot more rounds here in store for this season here, so hopefully things can turn around for that team soon on. So for right now, the top two have just been completely alone in their own little battle at the moment, and they are just going at it with each other.
So the PRC of Bacchus, I think, he's still on this current race strategy of in 4th place. And this is helping him out a little bit as well, because like I said, he did not pit on that second full course yellow. This is full course yellow number 3 at the moment. And he is still running out there strong in this number 21. Wouldn't this be a good position for him as well to finish in 4th place with that number 21? Race Club Aston Martin right there.
Yeah, he's had quite the up and down day, but kind of been slowly climbing back up there in that 21 Aston Martin there. Possibly a good race result here today. Hold on with that position right there. But behind him will be the 44 of Richie Massey right there. So he's been kind of up and down this race as well. So we will see if he does something as well.
Yeah, both of them in Race Club Aston Martin, of course, they've been really paying that much attention to these guys, but they've been slowly just finding their way up the field. Prime position right now. Garcia Bacchus and Richie Massey really benefiting from the mistakes of pretty much the Speed Demon Motorsports team and the Spectre Racing team as well, and some of the as well. So they've really been benefiting from this crazy race as well. One exception would be Kyle Peckham entry, number 57 Corvette, of course. He's kind of been at the back of the grid off pace for the most part, but of course he's trying to do the best he can to salvage whatever points he can during this race.
How about the story of how he made it into this race? Apparently, just not long ago, he did lose his father to a 2-year battle of cancer. Help consolidate our thoughts and prayers to the Peckham family, especially Kyle Peckham. It's truly a remarkably Cinderella story that he was even able to make it into this race here.
I can quote off by what I said about when he was that lap ago. She said that Corvette just set the lap of the gods and was just somehow able to make it in here today as well. So his father looking up from above, giving him the motivation and passion that he needed to be able to get into this race. And what a story that Kyle Peckham has had going into this race.
Right, going back to Green Flag Racing here as Alexander Earhart is on the command here. When will he put the pedal to the metal for this race restart? Going back to Green Flag Racing, and it's now green flag back in the air.
4 laps to settle it out here today at Autodrome de Nazionale Monza for round 1 of the Global Online Racing Organization GGT4C Championship here. And Statis Kokoro Giannis and Frederick Bilos looked like to try and scrap it out before the first chicane, but of course Statis getting the better of the two, and I think this is allowing Alexander Earhart to finally get some fresh air and space between the two. Eric Smith's gone, oh my god, he's run through the chicane as well, so from 3rd to 16th and pretty much just under 5 laps, this has gone absolutely horrifying wrong. And Bacchus has gone wide.
Richie Massey's gone up as well, so something has happened with them.
What has happened to the New Union Race Club entries?
Oh, they were having such a good run. They were both running 4th and 5th at the time of the race restart, so something down the line has happened to them. Richie Massey's got front left suspension, rear right suspension, and rear aero damage as well. So of course caution is back out.
Oh, and it is. Wow. So there is a possibility that this could either be a 1-lap sprint to the race, or this could end under FCY.
Obviously, it's gone very well for the manufacturer of Citroens, because now all 4 of their cars that are running in this race are now currently sitting in the top 4 of this race, with Alexander Earhart still at the command front. Statis Kokoro Giannis in 2nd. Frederick Bilos has been consistently sitting up in the top 5 all day long, but somehow Emmanuel Cardinale is possibly facing a penalty somewhere, but currently sitting P4 at the moment. How about Dimitri Flachios? Currently sitting in 5th place in the number 4 Ferrari 458 in PRT competition. He's had quite a bit of a quiet recovery himself. And as well as Rob Schaller back up into P8, as he's been running at the back of the grid for just about 2/3 of this race, but somehow he's benefiting from incidences on track at the moment. So now we're going to see what happens here in this pit cycle right here.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a very few couple of cars that are going to make their way into the pits as well. And I think Harrison Bacchus did so well on his pretty much off strategy call to stay out on those set of tires. I think is now going to have to finally make his way into the pits points as well as for gymnastics. I think Eric's going to be in the design control. It's actually far left of the pit lane, so I don't think he's on it as well.
That was a pit cross for gymnastics too, so he'll have to serve a 10-second penalty post-race. Unfortunately for him as well.
Think about this well. How Peckenbauer is the new leading race club entry for all of this as well. So well early on in this race, and I think something up front just kind of happened, and I think it's just forced the two Aston Martin entries off course. And of course, that's where we have Kyle Peckenbauer, who's now leading this race club charge in 12th place.
Yeah, obviously under the Peckham SimSport banner as well, but with a direct affiliation with the race club and the team owner Sucia. I have to pay respect.
Now it's you this time.
Stimming.
And also Kyle Peckham, former or something like that. I don't know.
Welcome to GORO Online Racing Organization, so where we make up words that have no logical meaning and grammar behind it.
So Kyle Peckham, the former owner of the now ceased Moreno Auto Sports banner, of course. He did have a good shining light at Scuba in 2019, but of course we all know what happened then. It was Scuba or bust, and it's certainly bust for that entry as well. So
I'm sorry.
Kyle messaging me.
Oh.
Why did you have to say that?
Oh my God. We do apologize, Kyle.
Of course, we do like to throw him in that humor in there as well.
But obviously, going to be going back to Green Flag Racing here with the Blue Lab shootout.
We go back to Green Flag. How about Demetrius Black? Pretty much quiet all along. And now he's up in prime potentially in 5th place at the point. He's the best late in the going here.
Yeah, if you can hold on to a top 5 finisher, that would be...
The amount of cars weaving side by side.
They know this restart is going to be the last, and it's going to matter the most here. And they have to make up every position that they can here in this final 2-lap shootout here at Monza for round 1 of this series.
And so, Alexander Earnhardt, who thought to get the separation away from the 74, has got a little bit more work to do if he wants to see the win of the season as to begin the 2020 championship charge. But this was going to be with the challenge of the number 74 in the SK Racing AMS entry. What goes on? Alexander Earnhardt does have his teammate behind in the hands of Frederick Files and third. One stop his teammate Emmanuel Cardinale in 4th place. So this is going to be the restart that is going to make or break SK Racing AMN's charge for the championship here. The car's now front and center, 1 second gap. Waiting and waiting for the restart to come about. Now they cross the finish line to begin the final race, final lap, or second to final lap, I should say. And Alexander Earnhardt early on the throttle.
He wants as much gap to that first chicane as he possibly can get. So for right now, big scrap behind them for position in the mid-pack under the scheme of things. So for right now, quite easy going through this first chicane. Oh, Mendogas is...
Mendogas Martinez is going around. And again, Mendogas Martinez
just having terrible luck this whole race in terms of this.
He did early on well in this race, but I think that's the second time now that he spun that 777 around at that first chicane right there.
Yeah, absolutely indeed right there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Told you the grammar just oh boy.
We're going back up to the first field where it is still Alexander Earnhardt, who's finally able to get a breakaway on the number 74. And he's just about halfway done this first of 2 final laps.
Emmanuel Cardinale looking toward the back bumper of the number 11 of Frederick Bailus for 3rd.
And keep in mind that FCY can end this race. So because of the fact that he's not this lap and then the recovery lap and then checkered flag. So FCY will end this race. We have to judge Dimitri's Vlachos still better from the spectator. Aston Martin Ryan Donaldson done extremely well in this race. He would love a top 5 finish.
Absolutely. Alexander Earhart rounding the Parabolica for the second to last time. It is going to be 1 lap to go here at Autodrome in Monza.
The white flag is out. The final lap number 8 of 28.
Every driver fighting for every bit of room and space.
Charging for 7th place. I thought I saw a position change. They're side by side going into the first corner.
Oh, the 999 is going around. Looks like possibly a late break decision right there from the 999 of CJ Holm right there.
Yeah, he cuts that corner. Just want to get his way. But, oh my goodness. Where's Eric Smith in all this as well?
Eric Smith.
Where is Eric Smith in all of this as well? Like he's not yet. He's gone up at the 9th. So not all is lost for the number Triple A. Going to make it 3 wide going into turn number for the section K.
Right.
Let's put
little contact. Big contact. Oh, CJ Holmes gone off again. Somewhere he's had an issue again as well.
Oh, this is not the final lap that this GGT4C guys kind of absolutely wanted. They've done so well early in this race, and I think it's just fallen off their fingers.
Is there any more gasp for Emmanuel Cardinale for the final spot on the podium right there, as he needs to get around the number 11 as quick as he can, as he's got a handful of corners left to go in this race right here. Come out of Escaria on the way to Parabolica for the final time, and it looks as if...
Yeah, it looks as if it's going to be a tight race going in, but we'll get into my eyes back on the front of the all Alexander Earhart. He did have to withstand a bit of a challenge from the number 74 position change for. Oh, we still close side by side for those guys. But coming to the start finish line for 1 final time, it will be Alexander Earhart who will win round number 1 of the Global GGT4 Championship.
Stathis Cooper Giannis right there.
Oh, and Emmanuel Cardinale was just able to hold on from 3rd place.
What a move right there. Back to the front of the field right
Oh,
there.
look at this battle right here.
Oh, and CJ Holm just dropped down to 14th as well.
To make matters worse as well. Oh, and at the end there, Dimitrios Vlachos was able to get P5 at the end of that race, so a great result for him as well.
Yeah, obviously not the day that he wanted as well, so I guess we'll just throw one of these up there just for finals commentary's sake of this. And honestly, Trevor, what a race we did see today.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at the driver of the day as well. CJ Holm, who would be your driver of the day?
Honestly, I think Dimitri Vlachos deserves driver of the day after being held up for most of the race here, and actually kind of had a quiet recovery throughout this this race here, and he's rebounded back up to a top 5 finish in this race here today.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to give my driver of the day, obviously, to Alexander Earhart as well. He pretty much had everything going his way. He did withstand that charge from Stathis Giannis as well, who, in my opinion, would be the second driver of the day as well. But I have to give it to Alexander Earhart, who pretty much he did everything he could and did not put foot wrong at the end of that race. I think he's my driver of the day.
So while we wait for the fans to generate our driver of the day, you know, it was quite an interesting race because it really did come down to strategy and who could withstand the track and who could stand the pressure of each other here as well. So honestly, it was a good race, and for caution, it wasn't too terrible, to be honest.
Yeah, and the community saying Dimitrios Vlachos as the driver of the day, 7 votes in his favor for round number 1 of the Global GT4 Championship. After pretty much having a quiet race all race long, was just able to get up into P5 for the PRT competition team right there.
I guess with that as well, I guess we're going to end the commentary stream.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you did enjoy round 1 of the Global GT4 Championship here. Of course, we do hope that everyone is doing fine within this coronavirus epidemic as well. And we're just going to get GGT4C round number 1 up from Monza, just up in a short notice as well. So stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back up real shortly for that post-race coverage of that race as well. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I've been the co-host, Trevor Holden, with CG Holden as the main host, and we will see you guys shortly for round number 1 of the GGT4C Championship.